What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never, and welcome back to another market update. If you enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Alright, so as I'm sure a lot of you guys probably know at this point, Bitcoin has had a very nice move over the last couple days. Finally, we have some excitement in the market again. If you look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, you can see that we are all the way back in the greed range at 72. It was only a few weeks ago that we were at fear. And about a month and a half ago, we were at extreme fear. We were all the way down to 10. This is why it is so important to keep a level head in crypto, because everything can change in a couple of days. As you guys can see, this bull flag that I've had Bitcoin drawn in broke out perfectly. And just to prove that I had Bitcoin drawn in a bull flag, if you guys have been watching my previous content, Bitcoin's trading at 85,000 right here. And I said bull flags break up 68% of the time. However, what I didn't love about the bull flag is that the stochastics were extremely overbought. However, price action completely ignored that. But I want to point out that that still has not changed. The reality is that we are extremely overbought on the daily time frame. And you have to always remember nothing runs forever. There will come a time where we have a pullback. Now, could today end up being super bullish? Yes. Could tomorrow end up being super bullish? Absolutely. There's a reality where we could get 2, 3, 4, 5 more green candles in a row. But regardless, what's very important is that we have now closed above the 200-day moving average, and not just barely closed above it. This was a very strong close. Now, what we want to see to actually confirm a breakout is wherever Bitcoin tops out, you want to see Bitcoin start filling out a bull flag. Now, I'm drawing the bull flag from this current level, but again, that doesn't mean that we're going to top out right here. Just wherever we top, that's where you want to start drawing a flag. And ideally, while price action starts to fill out this flag, you want to see the stochastic start to reset, and then price action could come down and have a bullish retest off of the 200-day moving average. If you see us come down and retest the 200-day and then bounce, that could absolutely be the legitimate breakout that we have been looking for. I just want to show you guys what I'm talking about on the previous breakout. So you can see that many different times on the previous breakout, the 200-day worked as resistance. We came up, got rejected, came up, got rejected, came up, got rejected, came up, got rejected, came up, got rejected. And then finally we had the break above it. And then in this case, price action came down and it bounced off of the 21-day. We didn't actually retest the 200-day, but we still retested the 21-day, and then basically from there, we were gone. And then we saw the parabolic move. So again, you were looking for something similar. The reality is if we see price action end up losing the 200-day yet again, then we are not bullish. Is it possible that we would come down and just retest one of these previous highs? Absolutely. But ideally, it is very important for us to stay above this level. This would confirm a breakout. Nice move on Bitcoin nonetheless. When you look at the weekly time frame, this is why I've been so bullish on Bitcoin for a long time. The writing was on the walls for a huge move. The reality is that we had a very nice support and resistance flip. Previous resistance now becomes support. And the candle that wicked down to these levels closed as a bullish engulfing candle. That was your sign that the bottom might be in. And you pair that with the fact that the stochastics at this point are still extremely oversold. And if you pair all of that with the M2 global liquidity, you can see why we're breaking out. Go and backtest this through Bitcoin's history. Usually when the global liquidity breaks out, it front runs Bitcoin. Global liquidity breaking out, Bitcoin explodes. Global liquidity breaking out, Bitcoin explodes. Global liquidity breaking out, Bitcoin explodes. And you can see that the M2 global liquidity has been exploding since January. So again, whether we have a pullback in the short term, understand that from a macro standpoint, we look excellent right now. And I can't stress this enough. This is why you never panic sell. You have to look at the bigger picture. In general, Bitcoin looks very good. Now again, I do think the daily time frame is going to pull back eventually, but the weekly looks excellent. Now, even when you look at Ethereum right now, it's getting a nice bounce on the weekly. This would be a bullish engulfing candle, which would be very bullish for ETH. There for a little while, ETH was actually back above 1800. But obviously, Bitcoin looks great right now. ETH is the main project you want to be watching right now. At least for those of you guys that are super interested in altcoins, because the reality is that Ethereum is the leading altcoin. And a lot of the altcoins and meme coins that we talk about on this channel are ERC20s. They are built on Ethereum. So if Ethereum goes up, then naturally it's going to be bullish for the projects that are built on Ethereum. So you definitely need to keep your eyes on ETH. But what I really like to see about the market right now is projects like Turbo. You can see at this point that Turbo is up 95% in the last day, but look at the volume right now. The volume is all the way up to 589 million. Now, it says that it's up 382% in the last 24 hours, but if this was the last 30 hours, it would say like 600 or 700%. It's just because we've reached the 24-hour cutoff. But the volume has had a massive spike over the last 2 days. This is another indicator that things are starting to turn around for us. But honestly, there's not much else for me to say right now. I know a lot of people are very excited in the market. And from a macro standpoint, again, I still think we look very good. And I think this absolutely could be the move that leads to higher highs. But understand that we absolutely could pull back in the shorter term. We just want to make sure that we do not lose key levels in the process. All of that being said though, if you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community and getting into projects super early, then I also recommend taking a look at my Discord. We're in the markets every single day and we've been making huge gains this entire bull run. My Discord's around 1 year old and we've already called 6 different 200x projects as a community. My most recent buy alert had Turbo at a $116 million market cap, and again, you can see it's $350 million now. So had you guys bought Turbo, you could be up already around a 3x. So if this is the kind of community that you'd like to be a part of, you can find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to see you guys in here. So that's about all. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are feeling about the market. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.